Oh man. Oh man. Now I'm convinced, man. All these heavyweight boxers, man. I don't trust nobody no more, man. I don't trust none of these boxers no more. Fellas that don't even got the heart to come in clean in a fight because they don't believe in themselves. They gotta use a banned substance and they getting paid handsomely. You know what I mean? Getting the biggest paydays they ever gonna see, but yet they're gonna fuck up the fight. I mean, I don't even know if this fight's gonna happen. But I gotta read this breaking news one time, man. Breaking news from Dan Raphael, ESPN senior writer. Heavyweight contender Jarrell Miller has tested positive for the banned substance GW1516 ahead of his scheduled challenge of Unified World title holder Anthony Joshua. Three sources with knowledge of the results told ESPN on Tuesday night. This fight is due to take place on June 1st at New York's Madison Square Garden and serves as Joshua's debut. The results, which came to light on Tuesday, were from a random voluntary anti-doping agency. Voluntary Anti-Doping Association conducted urine tests submitted to on March 20th. Ironically, Miller accused Joshua of using PEDs during a press tour to announce the fight. So I guess the man was guilty, man. The man was guilty. That's why he was pressing AJ and talking about he's the one on PEDs because he had a guilty conscience because he knew what he was doing. You know what I mean? Hey, man. Besides Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe, seems like these Brownsville fighters, except Danny Jacobs too. I'm talking about the heavyweights. Look like the man Big Baby Miller's following in the path of Shannon the Cannon Briggs. You know what I mean? But I had the biggest fights of their career. These guys fuck around and fuck that money up. And must you not forget, this is not the first time Big Baby Miller has tested positive for steroids. This is actually a second time he's being caught with a bad substance. You know what I mean? Now, what do we know? Is the fight on or off? I have no idea. More than likely, 9 times out of 10, Anthony Joshua gonna fight a nobody. They're gonna serve up a nobody, last minute replacement, cause this guy, Big Baby Jarrell Miller, fucked that money up and has been caught with a Vivada with a bad substance in his system. You know what I mean? What about the payday? Does he get paid? Did this motherfucker pay all that money for training camp, do all this, pay sparring partners? You know what I'm saying? Probably, where was he at? In Miami? Had to relocate, right? He ain't from Miami. You know what I'm saying? Had to move his camp down there just to test positive for a bad substance. These guys got no backbone, man. Got no backbone. And I ain't gonna lie. This shit right here pissed me off, but I'm about to forget about it. Watch these NBA playoffs, because at the end of the day, the heavyweight division ain't shit. Ain't none of these motherfuckers doing what they supposed to do. And Jarrell Big Baby Miller, some people actually had to give him a shot of possibly upsetting the man Anthony Joshua. Now how the fuck we gonna know now? This guy can't even come to the ring clean, you know what I mean? You can say what you want about Anthony Joshua, and I don't know how often he's tested by VADA or WADA or USADA or UCAD. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not there with him. But at the end of the day, he ain't tested positive for no banned substance, you know what I mean? So we can't be accusing guys who haven't been caught or been found out for using any banned substance, you know what I mean? The guys who've been caught, like Big Baby Miller, twice now, we gotta flame them up. Be Marsh Boxer, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about this fuck boy, Big Baby Miller, man, fucking that money up and possibly fucking up a good fight June 1st. I was looking forward to it. I wasn't gonna go to fucking BKNY or Madison Square Garden to watch it. The tickets were too expensive. Believe you me, I did look. I did look into it. If they were decently priced, I was gonna step up there, but forget about it. That's out. Steven Styles, he's in the chat. He says, "Damn, homie, PD offenders should be immediately suspended from both boxing and training for 1 full year." Well, some guys get 1 full year. Some guys get 2 years, like Dillian White. Some guys like Cannoli, man, they get a month. You know what I mean? Boxing ain't got no commission or regulatory rules that they gotta abide by. There ain't no federal laws or, in the place of boxing. The only time the federal law gonna come into it is if maybe people are suspected for, rigging fights and shit like that. But for people using PEDs, these people ain't got no these people ain't, it all depends on the jurisdiction, you know what I mean, and who they are really and truly. Like I said, I've seen guys like Dillian White and Kid Galahad get suspended for boxing for 2 years. You know what I mean? I seen Canelo get suspended for boxing for 1 month. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. B Marsh Boxing. Steven Stiles says first offense, no exceptions. I agree with you 100%. Should be even longer, really and truly. Because some of these guys just fight once a year. So what is a year ban anyways? Give them 2 years and hit them in where their pockets hurt, you know what I mean? Steven Stiles, what about training? Well, you can't stop anybody from training, really and truly. You really can't stop anybody from training, so I don't think anybody could step on nobody's neck if they training after being caught for the banned substance, you know what I mean? McTreasure says, damn, hope we still have a fight. Now, I don't want to see a fight with a guy who's been using PEDs and the other guy might be clean. That's not fair. It's just not fair. So what if Big Baby Miller beats the guy? What everybody gonna say? The man was on steroids, you know what I mean? Hit that thumbs up one time while you step up in the chat, if you don't mind. Hit that thumbs up one time. No eavesdropping, you know what I mean? If you're gonna come listen to this content, don't come in this piece eavesdropping. McTreasure says, oh yeah, he says, damn, hope we still had the fight. McTreasure says, gotta wait for more details on what it is. Yeah, I read what it is, and I'm not no German or Russian chemist, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing about these PEDs, but this bad substance is called GW1516 or GW1516. Never heard of it. Never heard of clenbuterol and meldonium, all these weird ass drugs up until fellas get caught with it. You know what I mean? Thanks for hitting the thumbs up while you come in the room. Thanks a lot. McTreasure says, I mean, the venue is booked. AJ been preparing, etc. If not Miller, we need a replacement. We shall get a replacement, believe that. I don't think they're going to scrap the date. Um, Anthony Joshua will fight somebody, you know what I mean? He'll fight somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't think the date been scrapped. But personally, I don't want to see Big Baby Miller fighting if he has PEDs in his system. Fall the fuck back. Take a hike like what's that guy's name? Like Povetkin when he got caught with a bad substance when he was about to fight the man Deontay Wilder. McTreasure says Joshua Ortiz last minute replacement. That'd be interesting. I ain't mad at that one bit. I really actually would like to see that fight. This would be a perfect opportunity for Anthony Joshua to fight the man uh, Luis Ortiz, a guy who was his mandatory for a long time but got kicked out of the WBA rankings when I found out that he was taking blood pressure medicine. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, make that fight happen. You know, a lot of people said Anthony Joshua ducked the man Luis Ortiz. This would be a great time, to prove that he's not ducking nobody. Look, the man Lennox Lewis was supposed to fight Kirk Johnson, big Canadian motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The guy wanted to fight or something. I think the man got injured during training camp. Who stepped in as a late last minute replacement? None other than Vitali Klitschko, fellow Hall of Famer, just like the man Lennox Lewis. And what they do, they gave us one of the best fights in the heavyweight division we've seen in the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Whenever that fight happened, I believe 2003, you know what I'm saying? So 15, 20 years, one of the best fights, one of the best heavyweight fights you'll ever see. You know what I'm saying? And Vitali Klitschko, he had been a previous world champion. Went on to become a world champion right after that too, you know what I mean? Okay. Thomas Riley says, I wanted to see this fight. Damn, me too, man. Who you telling? It's AJ's American debut, man. We wanted to see whether he would perform under the big bright lights of the Mecco box in Madison Square Garden. Now we'll never know. Because of this fuckboy, Big Baby Miller in his hometown managed to fuck up that money. I hope he doesn't get a dime. But like McTreasure says, gotta wait for more details on what it is. You're absolutely right, but it's according to three sources that have hit Dan Raphael off. You know, we can say what we want about Dan Raphael. He's a fat dude, or Dan Raphael, he be hating on so and so. Dan Raphael, he's the first one at the buffet line. Yeah, but people don't be saying none of that shit when he be dropping the exclusive. You know what I'm saying? When he be dropping the exclusive news, boxing news, we all up on it. You know what I mean? I got my gripes with the man, Dan Raphael. He blocked me on Twitter, and I ain't even speak to him. I asked him one question one time. You know what I'm saying? And that fella just banned me. But hey, it's his Twitter account. He could do what he want. You know what I mean? Steven Stiles says AJ will fight a bum. He should fight Ortiz. I'd love to see that fight. I would love to see that fight. A southpaw. But knowing the Anthony Joshua and their team, they probably won't take that fight. Too short of a notice. You know, Luis Ortiz, it's all it takes is for one of these young heavyweights to put him out of his misery and really, you know, I'm not saying retire him, like knock him out, put him to sleep, but surpass him as far as the rankings. You know what I mean? He still is a top 5 heavyweight in boxing. You know what I'm saying? He in the middle, in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? You know, he hasn't looked particularly great in some fights. Even more reason for these guys to fight him. You know what I mean? Knock him out of his misery and give him that world title shot he's so badly been craving for. And if you're bad, you're bad. You're going to knock him out. Steven Stiles says he can fight Tyson Fury, but he won't either. Yep, that'll be a great fight. Setshot says Kawanaki will be an interesting replacement. That would be a nice replacement, but I believe Anthony Joshua will beat the shit out of Kawanaki. And then again, Kawanaki is on the path for Deontay Wilder. 2 PBC fighters, you know what I mean? I doubt you'll see any PBC heavyweight unless that money is looking vicious. Fellas about to get paid handsomely to go get their ass beat. That's the only time you're gonna see fellas go to the zone from PBC. Besides that, nah, it's not happening. Well, Treasure says just read it. Just read it. Just read it. It's also called Endurobo. Never heard of these German, Russian, man-made synthetic drugs. You know what I mean? I never heard of these joints, man, until they come out with these boxers. And that means these boxers, these athletes are doing extensive research to find out what these drugs could do. You know what I mean? Billy Joe Saunders was talking about a nasal spray. The nasal spray I heard was even worse than what the clenbuterol that Cannoli was taking. You know what I mean? This just confirms you can't trust none of these boxers, man. Might as well assume they all dirty, but if you ain't got no proof, you can't point the finger on them. But it's okay to assume. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put it out there for the whole world, But if in your opinion, you think somebody's using PEDs, of course you got to show proof and whatnot. But in this day and age, you can't even tell, man. Anybody could be under the suspicion of PEDs. You know what I'm saying? Big Baby's a big motherfucker. Well, I would love to know what this particular PED, this banned substance, does. What are the what advantages does it give a particular fighter? That's what I'd like to know. Because that Billy Joe Saunders shit was supposed to give him some crazy stamina. Because Billy Joe Saunders a kind of dude fat dude who be gassing out in the later rounds, you know what I mean? Giving opponents opportunities to come back on that ass, you know what I'm saying? But he was supposed to go in there with Andrade. Who knows when he fought that man David Lemieux and looked spectacular. And could you believe that till this date? That's the best fighter he's ever beat. Some may say Eubank Senior, but Eubank Junior. But Eubank Junior has never clutched a world title in his life. You know what I'm saying? David Lemieux has. You know what I mean? Um, Slap Nuts. What's up, Slap Nuts? He says they all cheat. Yep. They all be cheating, man. These motherfuckers all be cheating, you know what I mean? Look at Juan Manuel Marquez. I don't know him to be on PEDs. Do I suspect anything? I mean, that particular fight he fought Manny Pacquiao, he was the biggest he ever been in his career. And he was the type of guy who was only getting bigger, looking more brolic than ever as he advanced in age. And that's suspicious. Just like Vladimir Klitschko. Look at Vladimir Klitschko the times he was fighting AJ. And Vladimir and Tyson Fury. Go look at that Vladimir Klitschko compared to the guy who was fighting guys like Corey Saunders or Lamont Brewster and these guys. You know what I mean? That man wasn't ripped like that, looking like Terminator, man, looking like I'll be back. He ain't look like that. But when he was in his 40s, late 30s, the man was looking like a Terminator. You know what I mean? And his brother been caught for PEDs before, Vitali, you know. So the heavyweight division, that's where fellas are willing to experiment. You know what I mean? You check it, they won't lay the hammer down on their opponent, and they don't want that hammer put on their head and get put to sleep face down, ass up on the canvas, or lay flat out on their back. They can't fathom that, so they will resort to these kind of tactics. You know what I mean? Like Big Baby. Big Baby knows he's a big 300-pounder, and if AJ does put his ass to sleep, man, he ain't getting up. If he hit the canvas, that big boy ain't getting up. You know what I mean? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. You check it? You know what I mean? So, McTreasure says, was Big Baby trying to cut fat? Big Baby Back Miller? Pork chop Big Baby Back Miller? Big Baby Mac Miller, man. He need to take off that lard off his back. Who knows? That's probably what these PEDs were for. You know what I mean? Dread Electric says, damn. No. Yeah, man. You just as disappointed as everybody else. We all wanted to see that fight. Not the best fight for AJ in the heavyweight division. But if he can't get Tyson Fury or Wilder in the ring, I didn't mind seeing him in there with a big 300-pounder. A motherfucker who's taken kicks to the head before. But never forget, he's a habitual, predicate, two-time offender now, fucking with these PEDs. So this guy knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's like that drug addict who trying to get themselves in, get their life together. You know what I'm saying? But they know where to cop the drugs still. And every now and then they do have a relapse. Excuse me. And that's exactly what happened with Big Baby Back Pork Miller ribs. Big Baby Back Pork Miller ribs done fucked up a fight for us for June 1st. Fucked up a lot of money on the zone. Fucked up a lot of money for MSG and Matchroom, who I heard still trying to sell tickets. Tickets was. What about these people who paid fucking $245 to sit in the heavens? 40. I'm bugging. I said 45. $245 to sit in the heavens. Sit way up in the motherfucking sky on Madison Square Garden. So you mean to tell me if AJ gets the fight, I don't know, just some lower tier heavyweight, and he'll get a pass for it because his original opponent took PEDs. So what? These people ain't gonna get a refund. They just gonna have to bite that and pay $250 to sit up in the heavens to watch AJ fight the guy who's scalping tickets outside Madison Square Garden. If that's the case, I'd be a mad customer, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, Slim. I'd be a pissed customer, you know what I mean? I'd be a pissed customer in general, buying tickets. See, that's one thing about boxing, you know what I mean? You never know what could happen. You could buy your tickets. You could buy them the first day they come out, man. Get the best prices possible. Get the best seats in the house. You waiting for the fight 3 months in advance. You got your tickets, man. You all suited and booted. You probably picked out your outfit. How you gonna be dipped, fresh to death. You know what you gonna wear already. And then this type of shit happens, man. That's the thing with boxing. You know what I mean? You see with NBA, and me personally, if I do go to any sporting events, it's boxing and basketball. But that's like going. I never go to basketball games in April. I don't. You see, April the playoffs about to begin. You know what I mean? Depending on the team and their situation, they might be in a playoff chase. They might be chasing for seeding and all that. They might be trying to get the best position, best seeding. The other team might have checked out, man. They're already on vacation mode. They're already ready for the season dance so they could hit the beach, go to Cancun or something. I never go to them basketball games in April because I remember back in the G, I'm a Celtics fan, you know what I mean? I'm a Boston Celtics fan. That's my home city where I used to live before I moved to D.C. So I'm going to be forever be a Celtic fan, you know what I'm saying? So one time I wanted to see my Boston Celtics versus the Wizards. And it was going to be, I had a feeling this would be the last year I'd be able to catch Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo all together, you know what I'm saying? Before that team gets split up, you know what I mean? I'd seen Paul Pierce play before, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Celtics fan. I'd seen Paul Pierce come to DC before KG and those guys came. So long story short, we already had a nice playoff seeding, you know what I mean? The Wizards, they didn't have nothing to play for what I remember. I don't remember if they were even going to make the playoffs. Long story short, the game was in April. I paid my tickets. I ain't buy them from the Ticketmaster. I'll be fucking with the scalpers outside. I'm talking about you get, $200 tickets where you close to the court. You get them for 100. I'm gonna fuck with the scalpers. So I wanted to see Rajon Rondo, P Double, KG, and Ray Allen. These guys didn't even play, man. These guys weren't even in the building. They didn't even make the trip. They had already got their seating. You know what I'm saying? They already knew where they're gonna be positioned in the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's why I don't go to no games in April. You know what I'm saying? Some of them games is meaningless. I feel the same situation for the people about the tickets. You know what I'm saying? People bought tickets for this fight. And this guy, Big Baby Miller, ain't even going to be fighting. He's not going to be on the bill because this guy tested positive for steroids, man. So it's real disheartening, man. But that's boxing for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. A guy could get injured. What if the guys got injured? One of them could have been AJ. Shit. Y'all motherfuckers would have been pissed if you bought them tickets. I'm pretty sure you guys there would be an option to get rewarded, refunded, and or maybe do some tickets on the next event. At the end of the day, man, it's terrible, man. It's a bad look for boxing. You know what I mean? I'm sure Eddie Hearn is pissed. Okay, McTreasure says 1516 works by forcing skeletal muscles to use fat rather than carbohydrates as an energy source, used by some for fat loss in terms of athletic enhancement. 1516 also has benefits as an endurance aid, and that's exactly the type of benefits that this guy Big Baby Miller was looking at with this PEDs. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He was trying to he was trying to gain some kind of energy, but through artificial ways. You know what I'm saying? McTreasure says finally that big baby engine endurance has been explained. Preach. Exactly. The guy is a volume puncher, a guy who does throw plenty of punches for a big dude. You know what I mean? Mark Stokes agrees. Yep. McTreasure says experience exercise and the pill GW1516 boosts athletic endurance by 70%. Yeah, and ironically, he was the one talking about Anthony Joshua's on PEDs, and everybody know it. He was talking about look at his physique from when he came out the amateurs compared to look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I didn't notice nothing, and I've been watching AJ since he was in the Olympics. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing him since he was in the Olympics. I never thought anything about him using PEDs. I mean, he is a muscular guy, and he's very you know what I'm saying? Them fellas is cut. You know what I'm saying? Them fellas is he's cock diesel. You know what I mean? But I just figured that's his stamina. But the man, Big Baby Miller, man, he was really he was on it. You know what I'm saying? He was really scrutinizing the man Anthony Joshua's body, just like our fellas used to scrutinize Errol Spence's nipples, even way before Spence became a champion, talking about his nipples and shit. Um, McTreasure says, yeah, I think he's guilty. He must be having been using this for a while. Any guys who get caught with something, I believe, how long have they been getting away with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Because they finally got caught. You know what I mean? It can't be the first time. P Money, what's going on? P Money says, damn shame, this news right here. Big Baby's a clown. Yeah, Big Baby's a real fuck up, man. And he don't even know how many people he would have supporting him, you know what I'm saying? At least from the United States, you know what I mean? I know out there in England, they can't stand the guy. They really hate the guy. Because he talk shit about Anthony Joshua's mom. Well, that's not for you to do anything about but AJ. AJ was gonna handle that business in the ring with his fists. But I guess Big Baby Miller ain't wanna get his face tapped and his jaw tapped by the man Anthony Joshua. Shout outs to P Money, man. I seen your Portland Trailblazers. That was a good ass game. I'm rooting for y'all in that series. You know what I mean? I was telling my peoples I was watching. I'm not a Portland Trailblazers fan, but there ain't never been a series where I didn't root for the Blazers. You know what I mean? That's because I was a big Clyde Drexler fan as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I liked Terry Porter. I liked Rod Strickland, Jerome Kersey. Just any and everybody who came to that organization. I think Portland's a good organization. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect my man D. Lillard. One of my favorite players said he ain't trying to go nowhere. For what? Enough respect. Big ups to the man D. Lillard. So P Money, I hope y'all get through that OKC shit. I don't like how y'all went out last year in the playoffs. That shit hurted me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't a Blazers fan. I like the jerseys too. Maybe I don't know. I've always liked their jerseys. But yo, B Marsh Boxing about to seal the deal on this live stream. Shout out to P Money, McTreasure, Mark Stokes, Dread Electric, Slap Nuts, Set Shot, Steven Styles. Big ups to everybody who came through in this live stream. Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all participating. And Big Baby Miller fucked that money up, man. He fucked that bag up, and he secured a nice bag for a motherfucker who fought a whole lot of nobodies, you know what I mean? But hey, like I said, I don't think he gonna get paid after coming off of testing for PEDs. All right, P Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments, and I'm out of here. Peace.